Hello everyone. Welcome back to Dewan Pundit Indonesia, English version with me, Conchita Caroline, as your host for today's episode. As always, we have a thrilling lineup of football discussion. And here with me at the studio is your favorite football pundits. First up, we got Kiko Enrico with his sharp analysis and quick takes. Hello, Kiko.
Hello.
Next is Firzi Idris with all his statistics and geopolitical statements. And last but not least is Adiani, the man who knows it all and when it comes to players and performances, who apparently likes to put it in his WhatsApp stories. Is that true?
I'm like a 65-year-old.
Adiani, the guy who famously doesn't own an Instagram account.
Instagram or social media account. Do you have Facebook?
No,
not even Facebook.
If I have Facebook at this moment in time, then I'll be 75.
Strictly WhatsApp.
So,
strictly WhatsApp. So that makes
close
sense.
friends
That's why.
and people who know me.
Oh, good.
That's why we can only see his stories, a glimpse of his life on WhatsApp, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, before we start today's episode, we always love hearing from you guys, Jebret team, our amazing viewers. So let's take a moment to read some of the comments you guys have written us on our last episode. The first one is coming from Yosabel3615. Kiko, can you help me read this one?
Sure. It's good to have English football podcast from Indonesia pundits. It's kind of boring now to watch Henry, CBS, and the gang. I think they're still entertaining. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah,
I think it's still
good for the support.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for the compliment. Moving on, we have the second one from TJ853. Adi?
I like Amorim's style in front of media. He just being realistic and make many disclaimer to make fans managing their expectations. The goal, that aim by Amorim is just have a good gameplay every match. I hope Amorim can find a good players either from the academy or the transfer market.
the way you try to.
Yeah.
It's very 65 years old man.
65.
65 years old.
My head and my mouth not synchronizing very well.
Do you agree with what he said, though? That whatever Amorim's doing right now is just him trying to manage people's expectations?
Still, if you're a Manchester United manager, you can get a free hit. If it comes to defeats every week, it's going to be problematic. I think the results are not good enough. The players are not performing.
Yeah.
And it is a tough task, but you can't keep on losing games if you're a Manchester United manager. So he has got his hands full with the pressure of being the new Manchester United main man as the head coach.
Well. All right. The last one is from Kilan Speaks. Right, Mas Firzi, can you help me with this one?
Okay, Southeast Asian countries are bringing their main squads to the 2024 Asian Championship, calling up players even from abroad. It's going to be a tough challenge for us as we're fielding a younger team. While our players have their individual strengths, they lack experience in international competitions, which could be a disadvantage. Read more by you.
Read more. What's read more?
Read more.
It's not finished there. Maybe you can complete the sentence. It's not. It's only
Don't leave us hanging.
Don't leave us hanging, Conchita.
Still, I'm hopeful they rise to the occasion, make it to the final, and bring home the trophy for the first time.
There it is.
With the Indonesian women's national team recently winning the 2024 ASEAN Women's Cup. A victory for the men's team would truly cap off an incredible year for Indonesian soccer. What do you think, Mas Firzi? Anything to say regarding this comment?
Yeah, we obviously support our national team. But it's plainly obvious from the first game that it's not gonna be plain sailing. Of course, it's even though it's Asian level, but with the team that we have now, managing expectations is like the most realistic thing to do. Do not put too much extra burden to this team, and first and foremost, don't bully the players if they're not performing in social media, because we know this is a very, very young team that coaching plays in this game.
Let's just not bully anyone on the social media. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, okay? Right, so that's it for the comments. Thank you for writing to us. But now I think it's time to kick off our first segment. Indonesia's campaign in the ASEAN Championship 2024 started on a high note with a solid 1-0 victory against the host Myanmar. This result provides a great momentum, but it's not just about the score. We should also highlight the players who made their debut in this match. I'm going to go with Adi first, because you seem to know a lot of players' backgrounds. Who caught your attention the most with their performance during the first match? And did anyone stand out as a potential game changer for you personally?
Game changer as usual for any Indonesia side playing in the tournament, whether it's the age level or the senior level. Game changers are Marcelino Ferdinand, Rafael Strike. You can see in the game when Rafael comes into the match, he changes the dimension and the swiftness of the attack. And if you can take a look at the defense with Asnawi coming on second half, a lot more purpose in terms of building from the back and going forward. The likes of Arhan became more confident, and Victor Detan coming on. We're talking about Detan all the time because he is one of the best young performers in the domestic league for PSM Makassar. So it's not a surprise if you can see him very comfortable coming into the match. And the guy who we know his quality, and he impresses us every single time he puts on the Garuda shirt, Donitri Pamungkas. With the age that he is now in, but with the performance very, very mature, very calm. One of the key components in yesterday's win. And I think Kadek Adel with a shout as well, playing very well. So everybody is starting to find a groove, trying to enjoy the matches with the tension and the pressure. And if you look at the concept of Myanmar playing very rough, and they're trying to close out the spaces with hitting the players with crazy challenges. And I think in the second half, with the quality that we have coming off the bench, we are a great side. And this is the one that is the difference maker, is the quality of players coming off the bench, very comfortable, slipping into the side, and that winning goal from Asnawi. Sensational.
Kiko, what do you think? I mean, Donitri was also selected as the man of the match, am I right?
Yeah. No, I think they can. We were a bit lucky in the first half, to be honest. With there's a couple of dangerous passes coming in, and they missed the chance as well. But they could be a bit more disciplined in that back line. I think that's something to look forward to in the next couple of matches. But you mentioned game changers. I think it's always something dangerous with Arhan's throw that always keeps people like the opponents confused, and that's what happened with the Asnawi goal. Is just very, very chaotic in the box for the opponent. So I think more or less I agree with you with Marcelino and the others, but I want to add that Arhan throw in as well. If there's a stat that says how many throw-ins we got, that should be key, you know. So yeah.
And the concept is now the same with Arsenal, doing the Stoke way.
The Stoke
set
way,
pieces and long throws, and now Indonesia has
if not Arhan, Robbie Darwish. We have two players now. He can also. But I think in the first half, Kiko mentioned it, because in the first half, I think it's really not working for us. Not because the lack of trying from the players, but because this is a new team. We got Coach Shin selected 5 debutants in the starting lineup, with further 4 more, like they played less than 8 appearances in the national team. They are up against senior national team players. Granted, Myanmar is ranked 166 in the world, I think, but still they fielded the full international players, senior players that and they played in Yangon, that also played in the advantage of the home team, I think. But with Coach Shin making the 3 changes at halftime, I think that works really, really well. With Asnawi coming in, Rafa and Detan especially marshalling that midfield, because in the first half, I think the first 45 minutes is just, I think going forward is just painful to watch. I think we cannot get the ball to Kaka and Hoki Charaka more fluidly. I think with Detan coming in, the seniority that Rafa showed when he's on the ball, especially the way he commanded the situations on one-on-one in the left flank, and especially with Asnawi coming in also, he proved that he's a great player. And I think this is what, like a few of the players said, that before the game, lack of training together, lack of chemistry between the players. I think this is them trying to sort things out also between them, because there's a lot of games coming in between now and the end of the group stages. Yeah, so I think there's still a lot of room for improvement, but with the fitness levels of Rafa and Asnawi being increased match by match, I think we can do better from the Lao match to the end of the group matches.
Have to say though, Myanmar was pressing really well.
Yeah.
It's really like a good challenge in the first half, and that's why really they had to change that pace in the second half, and I think Myanmar couldn't follow as well. So
Mo Awang I think played very well in the midfield, fighting for Myanmar, and Maung Maung Luin, also a great player playing in the Thai league, and he showed a glimpse of quality, especially in that first half. Very determined, very positive going forward. So I think for Myanmar, they were a bit unlucky to not score in the first half. And Alfredo Nico, I think playing not in his best position, he's not that comfortable, playing a bit inverted. And I think in the next game, if he is given the opportunity, he will perform better for Indonesia as well.
Yeah, I think it's not just Nico who's playing out of position, because we know Donny 3 is regularly a left wing back. He's playing at left center back, but the stats show that he made like the most tackles, like he made the most passes out of the other players. I think that's a good playing position for him actually, with Cochin putting him there. But we know Arhan, we talk about it in the over here in the national senior team. He plays more of a right winger, and that is, I think, is his position now with Cochin, like maybe identifying him more as a right winger now, with Asnawi playing the left wing back, again inverted players. Yeah, I think a lot of players Cochin deliberately playing them not in the regular
Cross
positions.
positions,
because our friends in the media ask about them in today's press conferences about those players playing out of positions, and they say, well, they're still young, they still can learn. That's why I put them maybe not in their comfort zone. They need to play in a position that they're maybe not familiar before, but he's sure about the talent that is inside every player. So great. That's great for him also, trying players in other positions also.
Yeah, well, obviously the coach is trying to, fine-tuning the system, because again, the players are very young. But if we shift our focus to the defense, do you think we found the best defensive trio for the national team, for this national team?
I think so. I think they did very well in terms of trying to close out a lot of gaps in there with the speed and pace they have. Ferrari, again, very young, but has that leadership and experience playing under pressure. Kadek Adel showed very well when he's involved in the set pieces as well, fighting in that near post area. And I think he has quality. And Donny 3 showing what he does best, working very hard on and off the ball. And I think attacking-wise delivers that threat as well with his pace.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think, Kiko?
Same. I think the quality is there. We saw the mistakes, and I think what we only hope as Indonesian football fans is they're going to improve, because, like I said, the quality is there. The coach is there to help them improve for the national team, and I think next game is going to be tough. Excuse me. Next game is going to be tough, but I think they're up for the challenge.
Do you think there's going to be another rotation on the next match?
Yeah,
definitely.
It has to, because the turnover between matches are too close. And especially because we played one more game than Vietnam before we were going to Hanoi on Sunday, I think. Because we played one more game, because this is an odd number of teams in the group. One team has a bye in every round. This midweek round is the Vietnamese team that has more time to rest. They can prepare more in Hanoi. So that's the challenge with Cochin. He also said the players are tired and maybe not in the best physical condition, so a rotation is a must. And then when I said to the media guy, like, where are they training outside of the official training in the day before the match, he said there's only the training session on the day before the match, so there's no other training session. They use the time for recovery after their flight back from Yangon.
Let's see the lineup prediction that we have prepared for the next match against Laos. So, do you guys have any opinions? Annie, do you need
Yeah,
help with the glasses, perhaps?
Yeah, no.
Because
He can identify the faces.
squinting his eyes like crazy.
I
Yeah.
gotta
Can we give a close up
I gotta wink.
on
Can you
Annie?
buy like a 100-inch TV here, guys? I mean,
Yeah, the rotations are happening in the midfield, the back line as well. I think Raihan Hanan has a chance to start the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Kakang Rodianto as well. I think Robbie Darwis can be a starter. I think they
Yeah.
will rest the likes of Marcelino Ferdinand, and I don't think Rafael Strike will start the
Leading
game too.
yeah.
So Marcelino and Rafael may be starting from the bench. With all due respect to Lao, I think their quality is not as good as Myanmar as well.
Yeah.
So I think this is the chance to rotate 4 or 5 players to come in to the side, and I think Hanan will be the one who's going to take control in that midfield area.
But maybe like preserving the solidity at the back, because defense-wise we need this team to be solid, especially before the Vietnamese game. We don't want them to get rusty or do not build that understanding with the other players. Yeah, but I think with Donitri, his flexibility in playing, and also Marcelino, we need him also at his best, leading the line, is be it through the left or through the center. I think he can play there, but maybe give him 60, 70 minutes against Lao. And
So I think what you're saying is that you're going to start Marcelino Ferdinand, and then you're going to start Strike, and then you get those 3 goals, 4 goals maybe.
Just 60, 70
Yeah,
minutes,
and then
we're going to change
you do
them.
the
Yeah,
substitutions.
I think so.
Yeah, but I think with the quality of the opponent, I don't think that's
That's
the
the case,
wise
yeah.
idea, because what you can see the Myanmar player trying to get at Marcelino Ferdinand. So I think it's better to protect him in this match, and I don't see the necessity.
Because the kick in the head.
Yeah, I don't see the
Sunday
goodness,
league.
necessity to start him, maybe to protect him more, get him more rest if we need him to come on, maybe in the 65, 75 minute mark. So I think a lot of places to be fought with the players from the bench, I think.
Yeah, and also seeing Ronaldo, I think we need to see him start
More,
the
yeah.
game, because he showed glimpses of what he can do, his dynamic movements. But I think he needs that confidence of a start also. Maybe he can lead the line with Hockey going to the bench, and a lot of rotation also, and we cannot discount more changes, I think, at the halftime from Koshin, because that's what changed the game against Myanmar, and also hopefully against Laos also. Yeah.
What should we expect from Lao? I mean, yes, you said that Lao is not as good as Myanmar, but then again, it's an important match, and we see on the match between Malaysia and Timor-Leste, Malaysia surprisingly had quite a hard time going against
Lao
Timor-Leste.
is interesting because last couple of SEA Games, I think the one before the one we won, they tried to do the same thing as Sinteyong, cutting the generation and starting a lot of under 17 and under 20 players coming into the side playing in the SEA Games. But I think it's a bit stagnated, and the progress is not quite good. But they're playing players that are maybe 2-3 years younger than a lot of the senior players starting for Lao, but it's not good enough. They have like 4 or 5 players there, but it's not going according to plan, the development. So I think again we have the quality and the experience to do the business. Maybe just by keeping a clean sheet, nice and steady at the back, winning 2-0 is enough.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Mas Firzi?
Yeah,
Kiko?
and playing in Solo, Surakarta is a nice stadium. Been there a few times for the under 17 World Cup.
Yeah.
It's a nice compact stadium with the fans very close to the pitch. So I guess it will be a great experience also for those young players, for our young players, to experience the atmosphere of the national team supporters. Yeah, I think it will be a great experience also for them playing in front of our home supporters in a match that we are expected to win by, I think, more than 2 goals. Yeah,
More than 2?
Yeah.
I'm aiming for
hopefully
the 2-0 result.
2, 3?
2.
2 is enough.
2 is enough.
2 should be enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for the first segment, but we'll be back with the results from the Champions League matches right after this one.